Well met and welcome. I've decided to do something a little different. I've made a reaction video, which really became a roast, honestly, to celebrate the Midwinter Solstice. I watched A Midwinter's Tale from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and I reacted to, the moments that I thought worked and the ones that didn't, mostly ones that didn't. And I just wanted to share it with all of you as a solstice present. Well, actually, it's probably going to be uploaded on Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas to all who celebrate, and I wish you all the best in the new year. Yesteryear? Seriously? You couldn't just tell us what year it is? You had to say yesteryear?
Reading the paper about the McConklin boy, Mrs. Spellman?
Mrs. Spellman? Hilda isn't Mrs. Spellman. She's not married. I understand that some people say Mrs. as a sign of respect, but I feel like that's not what's happening here. I feel like he just straight up forgot that she's not married, or that, the actor misspoke or something, because she's not Mrs. Spellman. Mrs. Spellman would have been her mother. Thank you very much.
Pray to say, pray that he's okay wherever he is.
Smooth, Hilda, smooth. How has your family not been discovered yet? How does no one know you're, if not witches, at least Satanists? She literally almost just said, praise Satan, in the middle of a Macy's. You know where you shouldn't say praise Satan? In the middle of a Macy's, when you're about to see Santa. No.
It used to be in a town like Greendale, folks could leave their front doors unlocked.
I don't think there was ever a time in Greendale, ever, where you could leave your door unlocked.
How about you? What do you wish for?
I wish I could see my mommy.
I feel really bad for Hilda in this scene. I understand that Sabrina's just a kid, but the way her wish sounded, it feels like she's saying Hilda and Zelda aren't good enough mothers, right? They don't fill that void that she feels. I understand, but it probably really hurts Hilda to hear that. Why? What is the point of this time card? Just say 10 years later. Just cut to Sabrina being 16. Because this time card gives us no information, because the last one was vague as fuck.
And Hilda Ambrose, the Christmas tree looks great, you guys.
Sabrina, I wish you wouldn't call it that. It's a Yule tree.
I love how they're acting like this is the first time they've, fought about the fact that it's not a Christmas tree, it's a Yule tree. You'd think that would be a yearly struggle in this house. They are blending traditions, right? They let Sabrina grow up with sort of, Christian traditions, and I respect them for that choice, but it does cause, now, on the solstice, problems, because why are you acting like this is the first time this is a fight? This is probably a fight every year.
Christmas isn't a bad Zeld. Plus also, for someone who doesn't believe in it, you have got yourself quite a few presents.
Those are not for me, Hilda. Those are for baby Letitia.
That baby is so cute, y'all. I can't stand it.
Imagine a baby in the house just in time for the winter holidays. It couldn't be more perfect.
Okay, I can't watch Zelda be so cute and so sweet to that baby because it makes me sad, and I will cry.
Pity the child in question was abducted.
Ambrose, need I remind you of the high priest's rather Herod-like tendencies when it comes to baby girls?
Okay, so fact check time. This line is garbage. This line doesn't make any sense historically or, theologically, because it's the Bible or whatever. But King Herod didn't have an issue with baby girls. He had an issue with baby boys, because baby boys could be Jesus. So, to add context to that, he sent the three kings to go find Jesus and then report back to him the location, right? The three kings then get this vision and are like, oh no, we really shouldn't do that because Herod will kill baby Jesus. And you don't want to kill baby Jesus before it's time to kill Jesus, right? So Herod is pissed. He's pissed that he doesn't know where the baby is. So he orders every single male child that could possibly be Jesus to be slaughtered, right? Kills thousands upon thousands of babies, just on the off chance that one of them will be Jesus. So King Herod only killed the boy babies. So the line doesn't work if we're talking about Letitia being in danger because of her gender, right? Because that simply wasn't the case with King Herod. King Herod didn't care about girl babies because girl babies wouldn't have threatened his power. Why would Faustus Blackwood kill Letitia but not Prudence? If you're trying to argue that he kills children for, like, say, inheritance reasons, because King Herod actually did kill a bunch of his sons because he didn't want his sons to, like, take his spot as king, right? He didn't want them to succeed him, certain of his sons. So if you're gonna, let's say that he has tendencies because he likes to kill his own children so that they don't inherit. He hasn't done that. He hasn't killed Prudence, and he's had every opportunity to kill Prudence. He tried very hard during Feast of Feasts. So, he had Herod-like tendencies when Constance tried to kill Prudence, but that wasn't him. So I'm so confused. He hasn't killed any of his children. Why does Zelda think that he would?
What I can't fathom is how you expect to keep the babe's existence a secret.
What secret? There's no secret. Letitia is a long-lost spellman sent to us from the old country to raise, as we did Sabrina.
Okay, I have questions. How does Zelda think that plan will work? I really don't understand. Oh yeah, I totally didn't steal a baby. The baby that I was midwife to? Totally didn't steal it. That baby died. Oh, and in other news, here's a new baby that looks identical to the other baby. I know they're fraternal, just looks very similar to the other baby of the high priest. Really? You think you're gonna get away with that?
I wish I could have had one Solstice with them, Auntie.
So, continuity error alert. Sabrina was born October 31st. That's a pretty big part of the series, right? The date of her birthday. Well, that would mean she was 2 months old during Christmas, right? Tell me what season this looks like.
This way, sisters.
They're sunflowers. Sunflowers. Yeah, sure, the baby still looks like an infant, but I'm baffled by the timeline here. Now, I don't blame Sabrina for this. I blame the writers. It is very unclear when Diana and Edward died. How old was Sabrina when they died? Why is that something we still don't know? But anyway, my point being that it is more than likely that she was older than 2 months when they died. So she did actually get to spend a Christmas with them. Yeah, she was a baby. She was like a literal infant. But she was still there with them, right? And I know that's a technicality, but this is about technicalities, right?
You know what's going to cheer you up? We're going to roast some chestnuts, and we're going to brew some apple cider, and we're going to hunker down and watch your favourite Christmas movies.
I feel like watching this episode might make people forget that this show is about Satanists. The entire soundtrack is Christmas songs, and I get that probably there aren't that many satanic songs, but I don't know, something about this episode feels like it doesn't represent the culture that it should, if that makes sense. Like, I love me a good Christmas special, but they're not Christians.
And I'll read a Christmas carol. Even Auntie Z can appreciate that story.
I like the ghosts in it.
This line is incredibly funny in retrospect, because Zelda sees a bunch of ghosts in the course of the series, and every time she does not enjoy that experience. She sees the ghost of Constance, she sees the ghost of Diana, and she is not happy. So I know, like, fictional ghosts she might enjoy, but real ghosts she doesn't. But it tickles me that she thinks that the ghosts in A Christmas Carol are funny, when in real life she absolutely hates being haunted.
Speaking of ghosts, it's time to light the Yule log.
She's so extra, I love it.
Remember, the Yule log is not a decoration, it is a protection.
Something I don't think we always appreciate is just how much exposition Zelda has to say in every episode. Miranda Otto, I give her props because she is constantly given these meandering monologues explaining the plot, you know? And I'm just like, you go, girl, you made that work.
Otherwise, Satan knows what malevolent forces might come down our chimney. Creatures with perhaps deadly intentions.
Zelda is talking about evil coming down their chimney, and Hilda just goes,
And now, the Solstice blessing. May the log burn, may the wheel turn, may the...
Look at Vinegar Tom meditating. Oh, he's such a good boy.
She's in limbo, then that must mean she has some unfinished business that's keeping her from passing on.
And if she could tell me what it was, I could help her. We could have a seance.
I give Ambrose credit for not just being like, this is an insane plan, you can't do it. Like, at least he hears her out.
Solstice is when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest.
That's why we burn Yule logs, to keep the bad things out.
My mother is not a bad thing.
Really, Sabrina? Really?
Anyway, it was just an idea.
Dark Lord, as the longest night approaches, answer me.
I give Michelle Gomez so much credit for how many scenes she had to do by herself. Just monologuing to herself, pretending that someone was there, right? This is insane to me that they had such a talented actress on this show, and almost all of her scenes in part 1, she doesn't get to act with anybody. She just acts with, like, a bird.
Sabrina. Brought Yuletide to you and your family?
Remember when I went to Limbo?
Vividly.
Lilith's face is priceless. I can't.
Do let me know how it goes.
I will. And thanks for the book, Miss Wardwell. You're the best.
Thank God Michelle Gomez agreed to do the project, even though she was given extremely terrible expositional scenes for an entire season.
If Sabrina contacts her mortal mother, who knows what disturbing things Mommy Dearest might say to her daughter fair.
Who talks like that? Whoever wrote this script has never met a human woman in their entire life.
Better to disrupt the proceedings, I think.
Is it too soon? And too weird? Or both? Too weird.
I love their reactions. I just love them. Leave us alone, girl, with all your shenanigans, because you know you're gonna get someone killed. I mean, you've already gotten someone killed. I don't know why her mortal friends stay friends with her when she's literally gotten Harvey's brother killed. It was not that long ago.
Harvey, the last real talk we had, you said every time you look at me, all you see is your brother. Is that still true?
I hate this scene. I just really do. It hurts me just how oblivious Sabrina is, and how selfish, and how just completely out of touch she is with the consequences of her actions. There's something about her that's extremely unlikable in this scene, because she's essentially saying to Harvey, get over the death of your brother. Get over it. I mean, it's been a while. Why are you still mad at me? Why don't we just get back together? Here's a gift. She gets him a magical gift. In what universe would she think that was a good idea? I know, like, the intention was good, but she ought to have known better that that was not a good gift to give him.
I'm having a seance on the down low, and I would love for you three to join.
Who were you trying to contact?
My mortal mother. But it's a secret. I don't want my aunts to know.
Why does not a single student at this academy understand how serious it is to mess with the realms? Zelda has already explained how bad an idea it is to contact spirits on the solstice. Yeah, it's the time when the veil is the thinnest, but it's also the most dangerous time because the spirits are at their most powerful. So why is it that the Weird Sisters are so willing to put their lives in jeopardy for some, what, girl time? Like, they don't even like each other. What is the motivation here? Boredom?
The elf on the shelf can eat his stuffed heart out because you look amazing.
These next 2 days are gonna kill me.
Every single retail worker, or even just anyone who works with the public, they know this feeling. This scene, like, genuinely creeped me out. I don't usually get scared by psychological thrillers, but this moment was genuinely terrifying to me. I think I'm going to pause it there. This will be part 1, and part 2 will be coming very soon. Let me know if you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and I'll see you soon.